Hey everybody, it's Julie. Happy holidays and a long time no video, but guess what? My oven broke. So I'm going to have to do an alternative by dipping everything in chocolate, and then I'm going to package everything in these pretty gold foiled cellophane bags. So yeah, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, right? When she can't get her bake on. So I've got these 3x5 cellophane bags, and I'm going to use the Happy Holidays hot foil stamp. I've got my Gemini foil press set up here. I'm going to power the main button on, and then the heating element will get powered on. And I'm setting it to medium, and I'm going to put a 15-second timer on it. How do I know this? Because the first time I did this and filmed it and troubleshooted everything, I discovered the white balance wasn't set on my camera, and so I had to reshoot everything. Yes, so this is version 2. So I'm going to slip a piece of cardstock that I cut to fit. This is just 80-pound Nina that I had laying around, and I trimmed that to fit and slipped it inside. And then I'm going to lay my hot foil stamp down on top of that. Now this piece of cardstock is going to give me better results when I'm foiling. So that's why I have it there. I'm going to use some purple tape to anchor that down, and it's going to serve as a hinge. So I can lift that up and take my foil, which I've already pre-cut ahead of time so I could really pump these suckers out. And I'm lining that all up so perfectly. And while I'm still waiting for my machine to preheat, I thought I'd show you that I have a 110-pound Nina Solar White shim attached to the top of the top pad. And that is just to give me a little bit more pressure that I found I needed. So now I'm going to double check on my machine, and yay, it's ready. It beeped at me. The light is green there on that medium heat setting. So I can take my project, and I'm using the Gemini magnetic tweezers, and you need to keep them squeezed shut, and you'll see why here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and let that do its thing. I did speed up the camera there so that you didn't have to sit there and stick a fork in your eye while you were watching it to go through its full time. And I'm going to use those magnetic tweezers to lift off the hot foil stamp so I don't burn my fingers. And then I'm going to pull that piece of cardstock out, set my bag aside, and move on to the next one. So I disengaged the platform. I don't like to leave it plugged in while I'm working on things because I'm afraid I'll overheat the platform and cause a lot of warping. So I usually disengage it and then plug it back in when I think I'm ready to go with the next project. And here you can see it didn't even take any time to reheat because it was already nice and warm. And I'm just going to repeat the process that I did the first time around. For some reason, after the first pass, it didn't reset to its settings for this project. So I had to redo that again. And there's why you have to make sure you squeeze and don't let go of squeezing them until you're ready to let go of your project, or it'll go flying across your work surface. So yeah, that stuff happens for real. I left it in there so you could see. Yep, real world issues with crafting. So now I'm just going to keep pumping these things out, just going through and speed up the timer so you don't have to watch it. And when I get done with all of these, that's when I will do the reveal. So I've got a couple of these done, but I have a nice stack because this is the second time I had to shoot this video and show you how I was doing this. So I have a nice stack of all ready to go cellophane bags for packaging. Now here, I'm going to make sure I wave this around and let it cool completely because this was the last one. And here I'm just going to reveal it right on camera there for you. Wow, isn't that pretty? It looks so nice. I do have a little bit of overfoiling there. This will happen, and sometimes it's more on others, depending on how things go. But don't worry about it. Yes, because there's an easy way to fix it. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel everything off. And once I get that done, I'm going to stick that cardstock back inside so that you can see what I'm doing here. There's some overfoiling on this particular sample. I'm going to take the blunt edge of these tweezers. It's nice because they're pretty much blunt on the tips everywhere. And I'm going to use that as a scraper just to scrape off the excess foil. And it's not going to scratch the surface of the cellophane. Now, yes, I did try acetone. I did try rubbing alcohol at first just to see what would happen. And it has a reaction to the cellophane, so you really do not want to use any of those products. You just want to scrape it off with something that, has a dull blade on it, and then sweep it away with a nice soft brush. Aren't those pretty? They're so gorgeous. I threw some chocolate covered, I have to double check. I think they're cordial cherries. It's like cordial cherry. These are by Dove. So just for the camera, I threw those in there. I'm not going to be dipping real cherries. But I will be dipping biscotti. And there you go. Aren't they pretty? I just think they turned out so gorgeous. And I can't wait to make a whole bunch more and to make all things dipped in chocolate, which I hope everybody who gets them will appreciate them. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a happy, crafty holiday season.